Welcome back, Endgame family. We're here to do another best ball draft. We're going to do a best ball mania draft tonight. Before we get into it, if you're checking this out for the first time and you like what you see and you're like, that looks like fun, I don't know what they're doing, this underdog thing, and you want to try it out, make sure you go to Underdog Fantasy and sign up with promo code Endgame. That's going to get you a special free pick that you can use on pick'ems. You can save it till the NFL season, or we got other sports going on right now if you want to use it. Plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash that you can use on these drafts right away. But like I said, we are going to do a BBM, a Best Ball Mania. If you don't know, Best Ball Mania is their flagship $25 entry, $15 million prize pool. We are going to have multiple, look at that, 2 millionaires this year. Plus there's a regular season prize. This is their biggie. This is their flagship contest. So if you want to get in on this, get your Underdog apps ready. We're going to be doing 20 seconds per pick as we usually do. We'll be breaking down the picks as we go. So here we go. Going to enter the draft. Get your apps ready. We're going to enter in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. Looks like we got 6 spots left. So if you want to jump in here, there is room for you. Thank you, Shane. Mark said he's ready to draft. Bean's got the money bag. I guess that means he's winning this. He's taking this down. He's taking it down today. All right, waiting for this fill. We got 3 more people left to go here. We'll see how this shakes out, how the ADP is looking. Now, tomorrow we'll be back here doing another one of these, and Pierre will be back for that one. So Pierre's been in Miami, for those asking, visiting family, but he will be back tomorrow, and we'll be doing another one of these. All right, 3 spots left, and we'll get this thing started. Two people to go. They usually fill pretty fast. And again, the 20-second clock, I mean, these drafts only take about 30 minutes. You're done. Highly recommend it. Ton of fun. Very addicting. Very addicting. And a great, obviously a great way to practice for your fantasy leagues and potentially win some money. All right, there we go. We are full. Pull up the draft board here. All right, I got the number 2. And I've been taking a lot of Bijan at the 2. Might have to go Saquon today just to have some Saquon. Let me pull up the draft here. I much prefer drafting on the phone. Active drafts. There we go. All right. All right, who's in here? We got anybody in here? Mark's in at the 4. Any other names I recognize? Let's see. I feel like the 8. Who's at the 8? I feel like I know at the 8. I feel like someone we know is drafting at the 8. Is this a poodle? Nope, this is a Best Ball Mania. Doing a Best Ball Mania. All right, like I said, I've been taking a lot of Bijan. Let's go Saquon here. Let's go Saquon this draft. At the 2. Saquon at the 2. There goes Jefferson. Pretty standard. Then Bijan. Nothing out of the ordinary here. CeeDee Lamb, Jahmyr Gibbs. All pretty standard. Nico at the 7. I like it. A little early for Nico, but hey, I like Nico there. Puka. Mark's saying never been to Miami, but I bet it's fun. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jay Problem? Thank you. Appreciate it. CMC, man, I missed the days of second round CMC. League neighbors at the 10. Very nice. Very nice. Am I going to max Best Ball Mania? Probably not. Probably not. But I'd like to get in as many Best Ball Mania drafts as I can now, which is why I did one today. I thought about doing the they have one, I forget what it's called. But it was a single entry one. I was gonna do it, but then I was like, nah, I think I need to get more Best Ball Manias in. Do I think Chase can repeat as wide receiver one? Yeah, he definitely can. Will he? Probably not, because it's very hard to do that. But he certainly is talented enough. He's got Joe Burrow. I mean, look, maybe Jamar Chase is about to go on like an Antonio Brown, Devontae Adams type of run, where he's just, a top 1, top 2 receiver every year for 4 or 5 years. Jay Problem saying did a $35 FFPC, got Saquon and CMC Superflex draft at the 11. Who'd you end up with at quarterback? Yeah, the Corgi, that single. I thought about doing it, but I need more best balls. I need more Best Ball Manias. Still got Purdy and Caleb in Superflex. That's pretty good, man. Well done. Do I buy into the videos of players who look like they're improving in camp? No. I try to stay away from that noise. What I will pay attention to, especially once we get into actual training camp. Oh man, I hate this spot. Hold on. Can't really go McBride this early. T. All right, let's do a RB start, which I feel like I've done too many of. We'll go with Jacobs here, and then we'll take one of the wide receivers on the way back. Man, I almost. This is why I almost like drafting better at the end of the first and early first. All right. Ah, jeez. Let's go Harrison, I guess. Hate that spot. All right. When I look at training camp, what I try to pay attention to is mostly who's getting starter reps. And that's pretty much it. And injuries. Try not to pay attention to the highlights, you made a great catch, I did that. Like, nah. Like we get these hyped up guys every year. Don't do anything. So I just try to pay attention, like, okay, who looks like the lead running back here? Who looks like, they're going to be the wide receiver 2 or the slot wide receiver or whatever. Try to look at that stuff. Did I read the Ayuk post? What did Ayuk post? I missed that. What did he post? What did Ayuk say? Don't tell me he wants to get traded or something. Don't tell me he wants to get paid. Pay me. Didn't they just pay you? What did he post? Yeah, I will say, Jay, when I go running back in these drafts, I actually don't hate my wide receivers. I don't love my wide receivers, but I also don't hate them. But still, I mean, when you're drafting at the end, those last 4 spots. I mean, CMC, Malik Neighbors, Derrick Henry, Ashton Genty, Drake London, Brian Thomas Jr., Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devon Achane. I mean, two of any of those guys sounds absolutely unbelievable. Like, it certainly sounds better than Saquon and Josh Jacobs, or Jamar Chase and Tyreek Hill, or Justin Jefferson and Bucky Irving. But you never know. It's fantasy. All right, we had a little QB run there. Oh, that's right. I gotta look at. Yeah, JSN at 309. That's good value there for sure. All right. Well, you know I'm big. I got a lot of worthy. Don't have a ton of DJ Moore. Let's go DJ Moore here. Well, worthy falls, so guess we'll take them. I guess we'll take them. And this is kind of why I don't mind going RB too much in these drafts because yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't love DJ Moore. But look, Luther Burden's hurt, Colson Loveland's hurt. If it is just him and Odunze, like if Luther Burden misses most or all of training camp, and now you're talking about a rookie who anytime rookies miss significant time in the offseason, it just delays how long it takes them to get into the offense. So if we go into training camp and Burden's still not 100% and he's missing, half or more of training camp, we're looking at a guy who may not see significant playing time for most or all of the year. So I want to have some shots on. I don't want to just be completely out on DJ Moore. If Burden and Loveland were healthy, I'd probably be more out on him. But with those guys, dealing with injuries, there's a chance that, again, rookies, if like they already have an uphill climb to playing time anyways, and if they're not, out there with the team, learning the playbook, learning the plays, just makes it tougher. So. And the nice thing about this format is if he gives me, let's say 5 or 6 big games and the rest are duds, it's not the end of the world. All right, still haven't. What was the Brandon Ayuk post? Still did not get a response on that. He addresses trade rumors. What? Oh, I want Pearsall here for the bring back. And then I'm not super high on Olave, but we're getting him at a bit of a discount here. Let's do it. Team 5 is cooking. Who's Team 5 has? CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Terry McLaurin, Hampton, Mixon, Judy. Yeah, I just saw that. Something about he was like on pain meds and they were talking about trading them or something. I mean, Team 5 just took an unstacked Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if I feel like Team 5 is cooking, but you never know. I think Team 10 is cooking. I think they went CMC, Achane, JSN in the third, Devonta Smith, Kenneth Walker, Jordan Addison. Josh Downs, we'll see, but I feel like Team 10 is cooking. I feel like they are cooking. Yeah, I just can't pull the trigger on those early tight ends, especially in this format. Like I get it a little more in redraft where like you have to pick a tight end. Like you have to be like, this is the guy I'm starting this week, and you have to hope it works out. But in this format where I can draft 3 guys and just hope on any given week I get 10 to 15 points from one of them that week. Why do I need a early tight end? Shane Seven, Patriots fans happy if our wide receivers catch the ball in OTAs. Yeah, I like that. That wide receiver group's coming around. I mean, if Stephon Diggs can, not do anything stupid between now and the start of the season. I like Kyle Williams. I still like Demario Douglas. I think he's solid for what he is. I think they could be better this year. All right, we're going to go Kyler here for the stack with Marvin. And then I got to go Jonnu. I'm probably going to have way too much Jonnu this year. Way too much Jonnu. Yeah, it happens. It's funny because the video that comes out tomorrow, Jay, is actually about quarterbacks and tight ends. And I looked into it, and really only since 2014, only twice has a tight end even averaged over 18 PPR points per game, and that was Kelsey did it twice. But the funny thing is, like the year he averaged 20 points per game, and of course then the next year everybody drafted him in the first round, he dropped down to I think like 16 points per game, which is still really good for a tight end. But if you drafted him like in the first round, you were like, oh, that wasn't very good. So, yeah, I don't think Bowers is going to have the Laporta kind of drop, but I mean, it's just he has to be so good. He has to be so good at that ADP. Yeah, I like Hunter Henry as a late round tight end, especially in this format where he'll give you like 5 games with a touchdown, which means he's probably your starting tight end that week. Because most years, the number one tight end only averages about 15 fantasy points. In PPR, by the way. That's in PPR. Talking about PPR. Half PPR, it's even lower. See, and again, I always like kind of go like, running back. But then I don't really hate my team. I mean, Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore, Xavier Worthy, Ricky Pearsall, Chris Olave. Okay. Yeah. I don't love that wide receiver room, but Any of these guys can pop off on any given week. Still got Kyler, still got Jonnu. I have 2 very good running backs. Kind of don't hate it. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we sit here right now and we think like, oh, these guys, like you're saying, Jay, like, look, I'm not super high on Olave this year, but maybe he stays healthy, puts together a solid year. And then there's still good running backs here. Well, I got to take my boy Scattaboo. All right. Let's grab my other boy Tootin'. Couple of rookies behind the vets. Yeah, I really like Jonnu this year. I mean, it certainly feels like it could be a trap. But when you look at the Dolphins, I mean, what is gonna change with that offense? Like teams are still gonna take away that deep ball. They're gonna force everything short. Yeah, I'm gonna have way too much Johnny this year for sure. Kenny, what's up? Well, don't worry, you didn't miss much at the beginning. Although I guess you missed 6 rounds of drafting. But you can see the top. I guess you only missed. I got 5 rounds up, so you only missed the top 4. Pretty standard. Although we did see like JSN go. Do I think they'll trade Jonnu? Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, that's the thing about Jonnu. He's so. It's like, yeah, okay, he's not going to, give you a ton of 100-yard games. He's going to give you like 6, 7 catches, 50 yards, maybe a touchdown. Do I think the Dolphins will trade Jalen Ramsey? Yeah, I think they're going to try. I think he's a guy they'll definitely trade. Yeah, I don't even want to look at my Jonnu numbers. It's probably over 30%. Probably too high. I'm probably going to need like when I look at that spot there. So I mean, I do like Evan Ingram. I do like Jordan Mason, but like Rashid Shaheed, like Jaden Higgins is fine. Like, Keon Coleman, Jalen Warren, I'm not taking those guys. So I just find myself grabbing Jonnu a lot, especially when I do these running back starts because I hammer like 5 straight wide receivers. So then it's like, all right, I'll take Jonnu here. I do not draft the handcuff running backs to my running backs. So like I will not take Will Shipley. I will not take, I guess, Marshawn Lloyd. I guess if he's the handcuff. Not in this format, no. All right. Well, I was hoping to get Besh there. Oh, I was hoping to get Kincaid too. All right, let's go Benson as a consolation prize, and we'll probably be done at running back now. Yeah, I mean, I don't really need more than 5 running backs starting running back. All right, let's just grab another tight end and Jake Ferguson. Even though I liked him a lot more before they signed Pickens. What round is too soon to draft Amari and Hampton? Get tempted at the end of round 4, beginning of round 5? I think that's fine. I mean, where did he went? I'm pretty sure he went round 4 in this draft. Cam Akers is the Saint now. I didn't even know that. No, I think that just means Cam Akers is still worthless. Cam Akers, yeah, unfortunately, that dude just wasn't meant to be for him. I've drafted Trey. Yeah, you can. I mean, well, look, like Travion and Ramondre are interesting because, like Kenny, you're saying Travion and Ramondre in head to head. Well, first of all, I don't mind drafting your own handcuff in head to head, like in your regular redraft leagues where you can go out to the waiver wire. But also, I don't really like Travion and Ramondre is a little different. It's kind of like Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, like some of these guys where it's like they're probably both going to be involved. So one might not be a true handcuff. So if you want to draft both and then maybe see how it plays out, because maybe like one guy is like we saw with Bucky and Rachaad White last year, right? You could have had both. And for half the year, both were very usable. And then we saw towards the end, Bucky kind of took over. So I think that's okay. But you don't, the reason why you don't want that in these drafts is because you want maximum upside. And the problem with having like Travion and Ramondre Stevenson is if one of them is great, that means the other one is probably terrible. And if neither one is great, that means they're both probably just kind of meh, and you've limited your upside. Oh, here we go. The $1 million question. Alvin Kamara. You know what? At this point, I'm just throwing up my hands and saying fine. Until we see Alvin Kamara regress. Look, Alvin Kamara has been a terrible runner for years, but it doesn't matter because he's such a monster in the passing game. And he's going to be a monster in the passing game again. So, yeah, I think Alvin Kamara is a great value. Like until the Saints completely move on from him or until he suffers like a major injury, as long as he's getting receptions like that, he'll be great. All right. Let's get another wide receiver here with Noel. And then I'm going to reach a little bit on Gesicki. I'm going to reach a little bit on Gesicki here just so I have the bring back with Harrison and Kyler. So now we just need one more QB and a bunch of wide receivers. Wow, all the QBs are gone. This is a very QB-heavy draft. Am I a believer in Dak this year? I am. I talk about him on tomorrow's video, actually. I like that. I mean, what's not to like about Dak? They added George Pickens. They still don't have a running game. Their defense is just okay. They drafted a good offensive lineman. I like Dak this year. I like Dak a lot. I think that, especially like in redraft leagues where you can be like, you're the double-digit round QB where you bolster the rest of your lineup and then you get Dak. I mean, just 2 years ago, this guy had 4,500 yards and 36 touchdowns with basically only CeeDee Lamb to throw the ball to. Now he's got Pickens. Yeah, definitely like Dak. I might have to go 3 QBs in this draft just because QBs went off the board so quick. Normally with Kyler, I'd probably only go 2, but my QB2 is going to be like Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones. Dak's a 5th round pick in your league. Well, you should dominate that league then. Because now the advantage of getting Dak Prescott in the double-digit rounds is gone. Now he has to be great. I'm not going to take Richardson. All right, I'm going to take gross Aaron Rodgers here. At least he's a starter. I like Coker. Let's go Coker. And then whatever terrible QB we get in the final round here. Jimmy Horn Jr. Who does he even play for? The Panthers. That makes sense. He's 5'8", 174. I honestly didn't even look into him. Ooh, Joe Flacco. Yeah. I mean, I honestly think my number one choice is going to be Tyler Shuck. It's because I have Olave. Yeah, Flacco is a Frank Gore QBs. Jimmy Horn Jr. I didn't even look. I honestly didn't even look into him one time. All right, what's the scouting report on this guy? What does it say? He's such a little guy. I mean, he ran a 4.46, so not bad. 1.54 10-yard. That's a little slow for a little guy. Let's see here. All right, says he got good hands and he's good. Good. That's good. Yeah, didn't handle press very well, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like the kind of guy that like. This feels like the kind of guy that like gets a few gadget plays, special teams. We'll see. All right, Tyler Shook. We'll get Tyler Shook for the Olave stack. Let's go. At least it makes sense. At least it makes sense. All right. I don't think this team's going to look half bad. I don't think it's going to be my favorite team on paper. Let's take a look here. All right, so we got Kyler, Aaron Rodgers. That's probably my first Aaron Rodgers, and Tyler Shook. I think that's like my second Tyler Shook, sadly. All right, but we got them stacked. We got Kyler stacked with Harrison. We got Shook stacked with Olave. We don't have Rodgers stacked with anybody. We have Pearsall with the bring back for DJ Moore, so I like that. And then I did get Gesicki for the bring back with Kyler and Harrison, so that's nice. Got Jonnu, Jake Ferguson. Also got DJ Moore, Xavier Worthy, Olave. So again, I can't say I love this wide receiver room, but I also don't hate this wide receiver room. Like there's potential. There's potential for it to be really bad, but there's also potential for it to be really good. Of course, at running back, I started Saquon, Josh Jacobs. I'm expecting them to carry me all year. Then I got Scatterboo, Tootin, and Benson behind them. Some potential upside there. So feel good about it. Again, this is one of those teams. This is like one of those teams. This is like a. It could crash and burn, or it could take off. This is probably not going to be like a 6th place or 5th place type of team. It's either going to like somehow win this thing, or it's going to finish dead last. So sometimes it's all right. That's what you need. All right, guys. Appreciate you being on here. Kenny, Jay, Mark, everybody else who was on here, Ant, Shane, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Everybody else, of course, don't forget we'll be back here tomorrow for another Best Ball Mania. Pierre will be joining me for that. Of course, we got a video dropping tomorrow. We got 3 videos dropping every week. I'm sure you guys are checking those out. If you haven't already, if you're checking this out for the first time and you liked it, hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification. And again, if you want to do a draft like this, go to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with code ENDGAME because you'll get a free pick plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash. All right, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you all tomorrow.